Hey, what's up everyone? It's your music video maven, Gabby, and welcome back to the Musicians Prime YouTube channel. Today, we're gonna be talking about how you can promote your music with video on YouTube. As you know, more and more people are using YouTube every single day. I mean, look at me. Did you know that 30 million people, yes, 30 million people in one day visit YouTube to watch and consume content, and an average of 5 billion, yes, that's billion with a B, 5 billion videos are watched on YouTube on the daily. These are just daily stats. You can only imagine, how many people consume YouTube in a month, or 6 months, or in a year. Yeah, there's a lot of people that use YouTube. So there's number one reason why you should be using it for starters. But now, for even some more compelling reasons as to why you should be using YouTube as a musician. Back in 2018, the Music Consumer Insight Report found that 52% of streaming comes from video. So you can only imagine that YouTube plays a significant role in all of that. But even more importantly, the most watched videos on YouTube's platform are music videos. In fact, 9 out of the 10 most watched videos of all time on YouTube are all music videos. People are constantly using YouTube as a platform to find their favorite artists' music and videos all the time. So it's only natural to think that, maybe you could do the same. Maybe you could build a following and have people notice your music doing the same thing and by creating videos on YouTube. So how do we go about this? You wanna hear my suggestion? Make a music video. In addition to giving your fans an opportunity to kind of get to know you and see you as the musician, it adds a visual element to all the creative work you put behind everything you compose. And more and more people are engaging in visual content every day. So if you can make something that's really compelling for people to watch, they're gonna be way more interested in your music than if you just uploaded your track to SoundCloud and be like, hey, check out my music, guys. And then you're gonna hear crickets. Now, I'm not saying no one's gonna care, but people are way more likely to care about your new music upload if you pair it with something that's really visually interesting for them to watch. And it also kind of gives them another perspective and insight as to who you are as a creative person besides the music. So that's also a big plus. Now, one way that you can really make your music videos stand out is to kind of include your unique point of view or find like a little niche. So just to use me as an example, my band, 4Play Clarinet, we are 4 clarinetists. And when you think of clarinet, you think, classical music like Beethoven or Mozart, but we actually don't play classical music. In fact, we started our YouTube channel making music videos of famous pop covers. And that was really interesting for people to see because nobody had ever seen or heard anything like us. So that made us really unique and that drew more people in. Now, I know that for those of you who are watching are not necessarily clarinetists or even classical musicians, but if you can kind of take something about you, take something about the music you make, and create a unique point of view, maybe you have special visual effects, or you're really good at editing special effects into the video, or maybe you have crazy costumes, or you dye your hair all the time. I don't know if for those of you musicians out there who know Leo P, he is like an amazing saxophone player and he has the coolest hairstyle I've ever freaking seen. He dyes his hair a new color, I swear, like every week. It might not be that often. In addition to being an amazing musician, he has a very eclectic style and it makes me want to watch his music and listen to his music even more just because of that. Sometimes I swear I only follow that guy because of how often he changes his hair. Seriously, that guy is so cool. So go follow Leo P. Another idea for creating a unique point of view in your music videos is to shoot in cool locations, if that's accessible to you. Again, using my band 4Play Clarinet, for example, our very first video, we drove to a little area called the Amboy Salt Flats. This is like about an hour outside Joshua Tree, which is about 3 hours southeast-ish from LA. And this place looked like it was in the middle of nowhere, but because there was literally nothing else out there except, you see like, it looks like a desert, you see some mountains in the background, all you see is a bunch of clarinetists dressed in like cool black outfits. That was like really visually interesting. Another really visually interesting location that we shot at was for the music video that we did covering Toxic by Britney Spears. We found some abandoned water park and it was like really graffitied. It was very graphic, a very good location to incorporate visuals. We stood on top of like this broken down water slide, which was really good visually because our cinematographer had the drone flying around all over the place and you could catch different angles. So that made that look really cool. So yeah, those are just some other ways you can also incorporate like different visually interesting points of view for your music videos. Now, creating a music video and creating something that looks really cool is great and all, but you're also gonna need people to watch the music video, you know, so people can get to know who you are and get to know what your music sounds like. So you need to focus on building an audience. And for this specifically, I want you to focus on building an audience over social media because that's where most of the people are at. You have to go to where the people are. And right now, the people are on social media. So if you want people to watch it, you need to build an audience on social media. You know, I would suggest building it on at least 1 or 2 platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. You know, those are some big ones. And it's especially important to pick social media platforms that host video on it because, you know, you're gonna wanna be sharing clips of what the videos look like to, you know, to kind of tease people and entice them to go watch the videos. So it's important to pick a platform that also supports video. Now, to build an audience on social media, you're gonna need to be engaging with a lot of people, meaning, you know, talking, posting, you know, using appropriate hashtags. So for example, with my band For Play Clarinet, we have a lot of clarinet hashtags. You know, we're an all-female group, so we're definitely big on the female musicians, support women in music type of hashtags. In addition to using appropriate hashtags, you're gonna want to engage with the other musicians in the social media community of your choice. You know, for example, on Instagram, if I use a hashtag clarinet on one of my, you know, either clarinet videos for myself or for my band, I'm gonna go on that clarinet hashtag, look at and see what other people are posting and, you know, comment on their posts saying, hey, I really like that song you played. I really like your sound, or that was such a cool way you did that music video, or nice instrument. You know, ask them questions about what they're doing. And that way the people that you're commenting on these posts with, they're gonna see that you're interested in their content too, and you're interested in building a community that includes them. So that's gonna make it more likely for them to want to come and see what you're up to. Now, this is not necessarily gonna work for every single person, but the more you do this, the more people are gonna be like, hey, who's this person? I always see him or her commenting on my post and they're really nice and fun. I wonder what theirs about. Then they're gonna click to your profile and be like, oh wow, they do like cool music video content. I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna watch their videos. And you know, that creates a cycle of them wanting to check you out and seeing what you do. For me, engaging with everyone on the community, and not just your fans, but just the people online who are also doing similar things to you, that's gonna really show that you're interested in wanting to actually build a following and, you know, support your fans and support the people in the music community around you. Also, you're gonna wanna post consistently. I would say, especially if you're just barely starting out, make a post every single day. And I know that may seem like overwhelming. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to post something every single day. But the more content you're able to put out, the more people are gonna see that you're showing up to the platform. And when you show up on social media, even if you only have like 10 fans to start out with, you know, if you show up always for those 10 fans, they're gonna keep showing up for you. You know, those are the ones that they're gonna be sharing on their social media platforms about you. And that's how you're gonna be able to build a following. And in addition to consistently posting on social media, using appropriate hashtags, engaging with the other musicians in the community that you're part of, it might also be helpful, if this is relevant, to tag companies. Maybe you're using a specific guitar or a clarinet and you want to tag the people that you're using this in this cool music video of yours, then you can go ahead and do that. And the reason why I say this is because our band received sponsorship and artist endorsement from a company called Buffet Crampon. They make our clarinets. And we, you know, when we started performing with these music videos, we were tagging them in their posts, and that's how they noticed us and you know, eventually wanted to sign us onto their artist roster because they thought our content was really cool. We got their attention by tagging them. Now, you only want to do this if it's relevant to your craft or your platform, because you don't want to get too spam crazy with that, because it gets kind of annoying for other musicians to be constantly like tagged and that stuff. But that is something you could potentially do to make connections with other companies, other musicians that perhaps you want to collaborate with. Which brings me to my last point, is to collaborate with others. Now, collaboration is one of probably the best ways that you can grow your audience and get more people to watch your content. I'm so surprised that more people don't try to do this, but it's really a great way of getting other people to know about who you are. For one, it helps expand your network because the audiences of the other musicians are gonna wanna see you and get to know who you are after collaborating with them. And maybe it would even expose you to a different kind of audience, or a bigger audience, because who knows, maybe the musician that agreed to collaborate with you has like tens of thousands of followers, and then working with them brings their eyeballs to you. Bonus, on top of getting more people to watch your content, you build a network with more musicians. And in collaborating with other musicians, you get to build a bigger network of musicians who know who you are and will want to work with you in the future. And not even just work with you in the future, maybe they're gonna recommend you to work with some other friends who are looking for a badass bass clarinet player or badass cello player because of the positive experience they had with you on the music video that you shot with them. They're gonna want to recommend you to be connected to someone else, or maybe even someone bigger, and that's just more opportunities for you. At the end of the day, creating a music video is going to make your music more visible. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we want? We want people to see your music, see how fucking awesome everything you write is. And for me, the way I was able to do that is to create video on YouTube. So I hope you found these tips helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about any of these tips, or what's something that you're gonna do today to bring your music more visibility with video. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Again, make sure if you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and tap the bell for notifications like this. You'll be the first to know whenever I upload a new video onto YouTube. And yeah, that's all, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.